He walked into the club looking relaxed. Not just relaxed, he looked comfortable. That man in the photo is Marsau Scott, and he's in a club standing close to a woman who definitely wasn't his wife, Letitia Scott. His hand is on the wall, his body angled toward her, his smile doing more work than a casual night out should allow. And before anyone tries to dismiss this as old or edited photos, when you zoom in, it's clear the man is Marsau. A source who leaked the photos said Marsau was being real flirty, calling him thirsty, saying he was all up in this woman's face like he didn't have a whole wife and family waiting for him at home. The reactions are loud now, but this isn't exactly new territory for Marsau and Letitia. In fact, if you followed Love and Marriage Huntsville from the beginning, you know the rumors of infidelity have trailed Marsau for years. Back in season 1, his name was whispered. You remember the infamous 20 women comment by Martell Holt. Letitia responded then, defending their marriage, saying there was no truth to the claims, that their bond was solid, that Marsau wasn't that kind of guy. But now these photos are circulating, and fans are asking, maybe there was more truth to the rumors than anyone wanted to admit. Let's pause for a second and look at timing, because timing matters. Right when people thought things were cooling off for Marsau and Letitia, a new video surfaced, allegedly shot by none other than Letitia's mother, Wanda Scott, Miss Wanda. If you have watched the show long enough, you know Miss Wanda doesn't hold her tongue. She's protective of her daughter, but she also loves to stir things up when she feels someone is playing her child. She was driving in Birmingham, and she spotted a truck she recognized. She then noticed it looked a whole lot like Marsau's. So what did she do? She pulled out her phone, went live, said she was trying to make sure it was him. A mother-in-law doing detective work in the streets? That's something. And if you don't think that signals an trouble behind the scenes, think again. Imagine this. Your wife's mother is live streaming you because she thinks you might be out with somebody else. If that doesn't scream chaos, I don't know what does. People on social media were laughing, but behind the laughs you could sense genuine concern. Because if Miss Wanda felt the need to follow behind him, to check his car, to see who was in it, that means suspicion had already been brewing. She even said she wasn't buying the "I was just working late" excuse. This is not something you make up. Now, let's tie that to the photographs showing Marsau leaning close to a woman. The body language, his hand on the wall, the smile, the proximity, started the gasps. People online zoomed in, clothes checked, timestamps compared. Within hours, everyone was convinced these were current photos. Marsau's name started trending, and when that happens, the cast can't stay quiet for long. Let's talk about reactions. While Marsau hasn't openly posted a dedicated statement yet, his silence speaks, but others have weighed in. Melody Shari, formerly on the show, didn't comment directly about Marsau, but fans noticed she quietly liked a shady post about karma always spitting the block. That got attention. Martell didn't tag Marsau by name either, but he posted something about men needing to take accountability. Social media went buzzing. Some believe that post was about Marsau. After all, Martell and Marsau have a long history of conflict. Meanwhile, Kimmy Scott and Maurice Scott were mostly quiet. Kimmy is always the voice of reason, but the internet says she's probably somewhere shaking her head. Fans remember when Maurice told Marsau in an earlier season to just own it if you did it. That advice now fits this situation. Back to the photos. The woman in question hasn't been publicly identified, but speculations abound. Some say she's from Birmingham. Others claim she's connected to local nightlife. It doesn't really matter who she is for now. What matters is that Marsau was there, Letitia was not. And when you think about that, plus Miss Wanda's live video, it doesn't paint a good picture. Fans are pulling up old clips of the show when Letitia confronted Marsau about rumors. And he dodged, just like before. It's like deja vu all over again. Now here's where things get even more interesting. After the picture leak, the same blogger who shared them claimed to have more evidence. A video showing Marsau and Birmingham again, just days apart from when the photos were taken. In that clip, he's allegedly talking to another woman. Being his charming self, the blogger says she blew the images up, pointed out same outfit, same smile, same everything. And that's when the narrative shifted from, is this true? To, why does this keep happening? What we see now is divided fan reactions. Some say, maybe Marsau just likes attention, and this is being blown out of proportion. Others say, nope, this is a pattern of behavior, and it's catching up to him. Either way, the conversation isn't just about Marsau and Letitia. It's about reality stars, fame, temptation. Because being in the spotlight changes people. The fame, the cameras, the DMs, it adds up. And when the ego gets too confident, actions start showing. Let's focus on Letitia for a moment. You have to give her some credit. She's been standing by her man through rumors, headlines, photos, live videos. She's held her head high. She's said publicly that their marriage is strong. But lately, people are wondering, how much can she take? Because no matter how much you trust someone, when the internet is full of pictures showing your husband out with someone else, it stings. Even if she doesn't publicly show it, you can't help but feel that behind those smiles, maybe she's dealing with something heavy. This isn't gossip anymore. This is about perception, reputation, family. These couples live under a microscope. Every move becomes a headline. When something like this arises, it doesn't just affect Marsau and Letitia, it affects their business, their family, the rest of that cast. People start picking sides. Shade gets thrown, and before long, the whole city of Huntsville is buzzing again. The ripple effect is big, and yet, silence from Marsau. No dedicated post addressing the pictures, no dedicated post addressing the pictures, no public denial, nothing. And that silence, it's loud. Because when everyone's talking about you and you stay quiet, people start interpreting the worst. Especially for someone like Marsau, who's usually confident and outspoken, his silence this time feels different. It feels like maybe he doesn't know what to say. Meanwhile, Letitia's social media shows calm. Pictures with the kids, motivational quotes, smiles. But fans are reading between the lines. They say, does she look tired? Is she putting on a brave face while dealing with something heavy behind the scenes? Because, yes, marriage is hard, even without worldwide attention. Add rumors and receipts, and the pressure multiplies. Now, think about full circle. Years ago, Martell was the one being accused of cheating, and Marsau and Letitia were on the advice side, the couple people thought had it all together. Fast forward, the tables have turned. Karma, camera phone, and screenshot and all. Martell might not be innocent, but you can tell he's sitting somewhere quietly watching this unfold, a little smirk maybe, because at the end of the day, every secret finds the light. So what comes next? That's where the story lives now. Will Marsau speak out? Will he deny? Will Letitia finally address the rumors head-on? Will more receipts surface? The way this goes will determine how this chapter ends for them. Will the marriage survive the explosion? Will trust be rebuilt? Will the brand and business side recover? The next few weeks might be the most dramatic yet. And one thing's for sure, in Huntsville, nothing stays hidden for long. Now, take a moment and imagine what the next steps might look like. First, Marsau posts or doesn't post. If he posts a denial, does it sound believable? Does he own some part of it, or does he go full denial? Second, Letitia responds. Will she stay quiet? Will she post something cryptic? Or will she go public about how she feels, how she has been hurt? Third, the cast will respond. People who have watched this show for years will pick their sides. Martell, Kimmy, Maurice, each has their own stake. Fourth, social media will keep digging. The blogger already said there's more. Will more videos, more images come out? Fifth, business and brand impact. Marsau and Letitia have built ventures together. If public trust erodes, what happens to that label or to their outreach? Let's shift to the marriage side. When trust is questioned and suspicion brews, everyday things change. Text messages become louder, late nights become suspicious, walks out the door become stories. The dynamic shifts from we're a team to who's working against who. For Letitia especially, within this marriage, she may feel like she's carrying more than before. The public perception, the questions, the need to defend. And for the kids, for the family, these photos and rumors, they're not just headlines, they affect lives. On Marsau's side, if these photos are accurate and the timing legit, he needs to explain more than just it's nothing. Because people will